Yep, E3 is definitely becoming less relevant than we initially thought. So you may know this by now, but Sony is not going to be attending E3 2019. And a lot of people were speculating why Sony wasn't going to be at E3 2019. Well, we may have the answer right now. Sony did officially announce a Nintendo Direct type situation. It's going to be today, the day that I'm actually posting this. If you're watching in the future, of course, this is already over, but this is going to be their first live stream about the upcoming PS4 titles, so it's something very interesting. It looks like they're taking the Nintendo approach by having these Nintendo Direct type of deals throughout the year. The first one is going to be March 25th, like I said, today, and it's going to be called State of Play. That's what that's what Sony, I meant to say Sony. That's what Sony is actually branding this, State of Play. So Nintendo Direct, State of Play. It's actually funny that they are going to have a State of Play today because Microsoft did announce, I think with their some indie titles, correct me if I'm wrong, they're also going to have some type of like a Nintendo Direct type deal where they go over some indie games coming to the Microsoft platform. So it's kind of interesting that a lot of people see the value of these Nintendo Direct type deals or these live streams throughout the year. I mean, it makes more sense. Why would you want to wait all the way until E3? E3 is only once a year. A lot of times too, E3s are just very disappointing for one reason. A lot of information gets leaked out many months or many weeks before E3, and by the time E3 comes, it's like, yep, we already knew that game was coming out. That's really one of the biggest reasons why E3 is not as exciting as it once used to be, because so many games are getting leaked, so many things come out, and people just want to spoil the fun for us. It's like, yeah, we still do get some pretty good experiences and some surprises. I'm not going to sit here behind the camera and say, nope, everything is leaked and everything comes out right away. That is definitely not the case. You definitely see some stuff that you weren't expecting, and even so, when the rumors come out, some rumors are even wrong. I remember last year, E3 2018 with Nintendo, everyone was talking about how there's going to be this Star Fox racing game. Where is that Star Fox racing game? Is it still coming this E3? Is it still coming in the future? But that rumor was definitely wrong, so there is some stuff that's still interesting, and E3 is not a total bust every single year, but it's becoming definitely less relevant with things like leaks coming out. We already know what games are going to be showed there, and now it's even going to be less relevant when Sony's not showing up at E3, where Sony, but now we got things like State of Play, and then we also got things like the new Microsoft Direct, especially like the indie one I think they're going to be doing in the near future. So you can see a lot of people are just copying Nintendo. What do I think of these other platforms like Sony and Microsoft seeing what Nintendo's doing and copying Nintendo? Do I think this is a bad idea, or do I think this is a good idea? Personally, for me, I think this is a very good idea. I'm definitely down for this type of stuff because that means we get more information sooner. That means a lot of times, a lot of this stuff can't be leaked out because these things come almost when you're not expecting it. I think overall it's very good. It gets people very excited for this type of stuff. If you look at the Nintendo Directs, a lot of people love the Nintendo Directs, including me, myself. It's like an experience, and it's like every time a Nintendo Direct comes out, it's almost like a holiday, to be honest, because I am a very big gamer. You guys know this. I run a YouTube channel that talks mainly about games, mostly about Nintendo stuff, but yes, I do talk about other platforms, and I am going to be covering this, not live or anything, but I will be talking about this after the fact, since I do love the Sony PlayStation. I think the Sony PlayStation brand is a very cool brand, and of course, right now they're the second best selling. They have really good IPs, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So this is going to be definitely an interesting scenario. I think this State of Play the live stream where they show off some upcoming PS4 games is going to be about 20 or 30 minutes. I think 30 minutes, I do want to say. So it's going to be very interesting to see what type of stuff is going to be in here. Are they going to show mostly PS4 games, or are they going to, are they going to show a lot of first-party games, third-party games, indie games? I also want to know how we're going to handle this. Are they just going to be behind a camera just showing footage? Are they going to have someone stand up and talk, kind of like the Nintendo Direct? Are they just going to have a commentator behind the scenes? It's going to be very interesting to see how they actually do their very first State of Play. It can be a very good thing, or it can totally be a disaster, just depending on how they actually do the presentation. The presentation is a big deal because that really shows you how good it's going to be. I actually like the recent Nintendo Directs where they have these bulletins that go across the screen and they pretty much just get right into the game. I think think before that it was a little bit more clunkier. I can't remember what the other ones were before like the new president took over or something like that, but they weren't as good as what we have now with the Switch and with all the bulletins. I just feel like the new Nintendo Directs just run really quickly. There's no BS in them. They're not trying to throw in bad. They're not trying to pad it out or anything. They're just getting right to the point and pretty much showing everything. And I think that's a good way to handle it. That also means more games get to be shown if they do something like that. So overall, I am actually pretty excited. Yes, I know I don't really show a lot of Sony love on my YouTube channel, but now here's the chance that Sony's coming out with their own Nintendo Direct State of Play, and I'm very excited to see what type of upcoming titles could be released for the PlayStation. So very exciting stuff there. Anyway, guys, this is Wayne from My Tech News signing out.